Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how to do the tie rods on a 2005 Subaru Forester. So if we look back up in here, you can see I've already pulled the cotter pin out. It's just the nut, but as you can see, it's really bad. Really bad actually. Went to get it aligned, they told me they couldn't do it because the tie rod was actually worn out. So I'm here today to replace it, and then it goes and gets aligned again on Thursday this week. So to start off, some things you're going to need: your one jack, some jack stands, going to need a sledgehammer, going to need a 3/4 wrench. Obviously, you're going to want to pull your tire off, and you're going to need your new tie rods, and a pair of pliers. Alright, so once you have your pin out, really you take your 3/4, which you can see mine's already kind of tightened back up. You loosen that off, get it a little bit above, it'll come off. This is easier with a socket if you have one and you have a ratchet you can use it with. Personally, I have lost my 3/8" drive socket, so I don't have one. Also, if you have your tie rod pushed up a little bit, it also helps keep it still, and it comes right off. Now, get that off, take your castle nut, flip it upside down, screw it back on just a little bit. You're gonna tap it. Take that castle nut off. What that does is that just broke it loose enough to where you can just take her on out. So then you just push down on your tie rod, turn, comes right off. Now from there, what you're gonna want to do, get you an adjustable wrench. Get your regular wrench, put your 3/4 on this nut here, put your adjustable here, and you'll rotate it. This one is already a little bit loose, so it comes right off. If your car isn't rusted to pieces, you'll have no problem. But after that, you'll just take it off. And make sure and leave that nut right there. Keep it on the car. This will help with your alignment. It'll keep it in place. And I'm going to choose to keep that one on because that nut right there is actually bigger than the nut that comes with the new tie rods. So I kind of laid it out so you can see. Obviously, here's the old worn out one. Moves a lot. Obviously, it's leaking a lot. Here's the new one. It's a little bit stiff. You can break it in if you would like to. Just move it around a little bit. But the nice thing about this is it actually comes with the grease nut. And you can put the grease start in there. And if you ever need to grease them, you don't have to pull it all the way off or take it apart to grease it. Put your grease gun on it. Put it on. Alright, so something I want to show you guys real quick. These are from Detroit Axle. This is the factory Subaru one. It is a little bit longer, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is loosen this nut up just enough to where I have a little bit of play with this and I can get it right where it needs to be. So, just going to turn it one full turn and then tighten this up against it. Turn it a quarter of the way off, and it's good to go. What you're gonna do now, take your adjustable, and that's why I said get an adjustable. These are a different size than the factory ones. So, put your adjustable on here, get your regular wrench here, and you'll just tighten it down. Get it as tight as you can. And that basically just holds the tie rod in place. Doesn't let it come loose whenever you're going over bumps and stuff. The tighter you get it, the better. But obviously you can only do so much. Alright, so once you have it together, it's kind of just really straightforward process. I'm going to go ahead and move this a little bit. That way it's easier to get into the hole here. It makes it a whole lot easier for me. So, just going to push against it. Move it a little bit. It'll work itself. That kind of moves all the grease and stuff. It was in shipping and all that. You never know what it was in. So, now that that's done, I'm going to push it back up a little bit. push it down. It's a process. Sometimes you have to work with it. But after working with it just a little bit, you can tell everything lines up and right into place it goes. All right, so take the gas nut that comes with it, start it by hand, get as far as you can, and then from there, you want to get your 3/4 either wrench or 3/4 ratchet socket out, and you'll just tighten it down. All right, so with this, you want to get it as tight as you can. And once you have it as tight as you can get it, it should come with a cotter pin. Mine came with one, so lucky there. Yep, that's as tight as she's gonna go. Luckily for me, that hole looks like it lined up pretty well. I'm gonna loosen it off just a tad so it lines up a little bit better for that cotter pin. But as you can see, there you are. Everything is in. No more play. Nothing is loose. Everything's tightened back up. And if you want to, just to double check, you can twist that. Just to make sure it's all tight the way you want it. But from there, all you're gonna do is get your cotter pin. And push it on through. Now, I had this problem with the other side as well. I'm gonna have to bend it just slightly to get it all the way in, but it's no big deal. We work around it. Something that can make this job a little bit easier is a flathead screwdriver. Kind of get in there and just pry, work it around. I'll show you how to do that here in just a second. Here I've got that flathead screwdriver. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come down in here, just kind of pry the cotter pin apart. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna open it up just enough that I can get it to go all the way through without it rubbing against this rock guard on the back side of the brake rotor. Then you grab your pliers. You can see I've got different pliers than I should, but make it work around here. Grab what you can, grab what's handy. Just bend it, and it'll slowly start taking shape in there. Personally, I hate messing with cotter pins because they are absolute pains in the butt. You can tell here, but I mean, if my angle would have been a little bit different, it'd been a lot easier to do. So for next time, and for you guys, just, if you can, try to line that hole up a little bit better. All right, so I finally got that cotter pin in place. Had to give it a couple love taps, but it's in. Now, just gonna take it and bend it around this nut. Best ability here. That'll help hold that nut in place in case it decides it wants to come loose or anything a little bit down the road. But again, not too concerned about it. But once that's done, as you guys can see, that cotter pin ain't going nowhere. It is in there for sure. And that's it. That's all you have to do. From here, just kind of wiggle everything, make sure nothing's loose, make sure nothing's moved, and put your tire back on. All right, guys, I just want to let y'all know, tie rod's really easy, really simple to do. Don't let it scare you just because, oh, it's an important piece of the car, oh, I can mess up my alignment. Just do it, okay? Don't be scared. this is my first time I've ever done this. Yeah, I watch a few Chris Fix videos. Yeah, I watch a few different things on how to do it. I've had a mechanical background, you know, helping my dad out and around the house, in the backyard working on cars. I grew up doing my own oil changes, everything like that. But just don't let it scare you. Don't let it freak you out. Just send it. Go for it. Okay? Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. I mean, I got off work at 10 o'clock, pulled in the driveway at about, 10:15-ish. Here it is, 11 o'clock. I already pulled the car apart, put a new tie rod on, put it all back together. Really simple, really easy. Absolute easiest thing I probably have ever done on this thing, if I'm being 100% honest with you. And I've done a lot. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Hope you all guys are enjoying what we're doing so far. And, you know, just comment some ideas. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, hit me up, let me know. I will leave a link for these tie rods in the description, just so you guys know where to find it. But yeah, anyways, huge shout out to Detroit Axle. That was the easiest thing I ever did.